So far we have seen various supervised learning algorithms, and now it is time to visit the unsupervised learning. In this slide we will understand the unsupervised learning. The slide had been discussed in the introduction to machine learning session. Let us recall the unsupervised learning. Here in this case you do not have the labels like you have in the supervised learning method. So you have a set of data without any labels, and then that data is given to the machine learning model. The model identifies them in different clusters, and as you can see your input data has birds, animals, fish. So it has identified them and it has clustered them in 3 different clusters. We are using the word cluster here instead of classification because we are not classifying the data based on the available labels, but rather we are creating different clusters based on the different characteristics of the data given in the input. Let us try to understand clustering in detail with some example. So earlier in case of classification and in case of supervised learning, you had different data sets with different labels. We were calling them class 1, class 2, class 3, but now you do not have these labels. So your data looks like this. It does not have any information available with it. Only the data is plotted and the features are shown to you. So you can say that this is something where every data is a kind of cluster with some unique characteristics, and machine has to identify that as a cluster and then it has to label. So machine identifies the different clusters based on the characteristics, and then it tries to understand the relationship between the data without the labels. So the major difference between the supervised learning and unsupervised learning is that unsupervised learning does not have the labels. It has very less information about the data. It has to predict the labels by itself, and that is why it is very difficult and very lengthy process compared to the supervised learning. In the next session we will see the k-means algorithm, which is very popular and is used for the clustering technique.